Welcome everyone. I'm from HDIN Research. Today, we're talking about Dow Inc. This is a company that usually looks like the straight-A student of the chemical world. Reliable, massive, and a bit boring. But in 2025, let's just say this straight-A student had a wild night out and woke up in a ditch. Today we're doing the forensic audit on how they're cleaning up the mess. The headline? 2025 was the basement of the industry cycle. Everyone was stuck in the dark. Dow's reaction? They aren't just waiting for the sun. They're burning down their most expensive furniture, specifically their high-cost European factories, to stay warm and lean. Their goal is to find an extra $2 billion in couch cushion money by 2026. Why is this happening? Imagine the global market is a giant game of Monopoly, but the prices of the properties, energy and raw materials, doubled overnight, and the other players are throwing cheap plastic at you from across the board. Trade barriers are now at 1930s levels. It's not a fair fight, it's a street brawl. Let's talk money coming in. The top line. Dow's revenue dropped by $3 billion. To put that in perspective, that's like losing the entire annual budget of a small country just because customers wouldn't pay yesterday's prices. They sold the same amount of stuff, but the stuff became 7% cheaper. That's a tough day at the office. Now, how much is left in the wallet? The short answer, nothing. They technically lost $2.6 billion. But don't panic. This isn't cash falling out of a hole. It's mostly accounting ghosts. They wrote off nearly $2 billion in old equipment and bad deals. It's like clearing out your closet and realizing that expensive suit from 2010 is now worth zero. It hurts your ego, but your closet is finally clean. This is the scissor gap. It's the gap between what you spend and what you make. In 2024, they kept about 11 cents for every dollar. In 2025, they were lucky to keep 6 cents. Their costs stayed high while their selling prices tanked. It's like trying to run a lemonade stand where lemons cost $1, but you can only sell the juice for 90 cents. You can't make that up in volume. The packaging and plastics division is the big brother of the family. It brings in half the money. Even in a bad year, it stayed upright. People might stop buying new cars, but they never stop buying food wrapped in plastic or hygiene products. This segment is Dow's infinite health cheat code. Then there's the infrastructure segment. This year, it was a disaster zone. They lost $561 million here. It's the part of the business that makes the foam in your mattress and the insulation in your walls. Since nobody is building houses, nobody is buying the foam. It's currently the Cody Koto problem child sitting in the corner. Dow is finally dumping its high-maintenance ex-Europe. Running a chemical plant in Germany right now is like trying to heat a mansion with a hairdryer. It's expensive and inefficient. Closing plants in Bolin and Schkopau is Dow saying, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't stay in the portfolio. How do they stack up? Dow is actually doing better than the Europeans because they have a secret sauce, cheap US natural gas. While their competitors are eating expensive caviar oil, Dow is eating cheap high-energy burgers, shale gas. They are currently the, quote, tallest midget in a very short room. So what's the plan? We're entering the reconstruction era. 2026 to 2030 isn't about getting bigger, it's about getting smarter and greener. If they pull this off, they won't just be a chemical company, they'll be a carbon-neutral tech powerhouse. Here is the schedule. 2025 was the pain phase. 2026 is the cleanup. By 2028, they want to start their Path to Zero project in Canada. Think of it as building the world's first Tesla of ethylene plants. It's a massive bet on a green future. The green premium is real. Soon, if your plastic isn't low carbon, the government will tax you into oblivion. Dow is building a moat made of carbon-neutral certificates. By 2030, they want to sell 3 million tons of guilt-free plastic. That's enough to wrap a small planet. How do they pay for this? They cut the dividend in half. For investors, that's like your dad telling you your allowance is cut because he needs to fix the roof. It sucks now, but at least the house won't collapse. They also sold a stake in their infrastructure for $3 billion, basically a massive garage sale to fund the future. The risks? Geopolitics is the big one. If a trade war breaks out, the Lego blocks of the global economy stop moving. But Dow is using digital twins and AI to run their plants. They're basically turning their factories into, quote, smartphones with chimneys to squeeze out every penny of efficiency. The final verdict, Dow, is currently in the ugly duckling phase of a transformation. They've cut the fat, sold the junk, and are betting the farm on being the cleanest player in a dirty industry. If the economy recovers, they are positioned to rock it. If not, well, at least they're the leanest survivors in the wasteland. That's the view from HDIN Research. No fluff, just the cold hard chemistry of the markets. Any questions? Or did I explain that so well you're all ready to go buy some polyethylene futures? Thanks for listening.